Let's solve this balloon problem. We want to find the height of the balloon given two observers. One observer is here that sees the balloon with an angle of elevation of 40 degrees. Observer 2 is over here, and that observer sees the balloon at an angle of elevation of 50 degrees. First, we'll set up two triangle equations using the tangent function. So tangent of 40 degrees will be h divided by, and we have to look down here. We know the whole distance is 2. Let's call this first part x, and that will make the second part 2 minus x. So we'll have h over x as our first equation, and then tangent of 50 degrees will be h over 2 minus x. We have a couple of ways to solve this. You can use elimination, you can use substitution, it doesn't really matter. Our goal is to find h, so it's nice to eliminate x, but that's a little bit more difficult. It's super easy to eliminate h solve for h here and plug that into the second equation. So I'll do that. I'll just go the path of least resistance. Solving for h is pretty straightforward. And then we're going to plug that into the second equation. So now we're going to have tangent of 50 degrees is equal to x divided by, x times tangent 40 degrees divided by 2 minus x. Now we'll multiply both sides by 2 minus x, remembering to distribute the tangent of 50 to each of those terms. So we'll have 2 tan 50 degrees minus x tan 50 degrees equals x tan 40 degrees. We have an algebraic equation. We're going to collect the terms with an x on one side and the terms that have no x's on the other. So let's go ahead and add x tan 50 to both sides. So on the right we'll have x tan 40 degrees plus x tan 50 degrees. Now on the right-hand side, we can factor out an x. And we can easily isolate x now. X will be equal to 2 tan 50 degrees divided by tan 40 plus tan 50. So we have the value for x. We can plug that into our calculator and get an approximation. We are trying to find the height, which is x tan 40, so let's go ahead and solve for h now. So h is x tan 40, so we're simply going to multiply the numerator of this by tangent of 40 degrees. So let's go ahead and plug this into our calculator and see what we get. Okay, so the calculator gives us, if we round to 4 decimal places, 0.9848. And those units will be miles. If we want to put this into feet, which is often what they're looking for, we will multiply by 5,280 feet per 1 mile. And that will give us, if we round to a tenth of a foot, we'll have 5199.7. And if they ask for it rounded to the nearest foot, we would say 5,200 feet.